should have known better.
Call a meeting to order.
Oh, I turned the air conditioner off. I thought it was plenty cool. It's down to 59 outside.
Rick must have turned it on because I don't know.
Okay, now what were you gonna show me about a vest?
Oh, you wanna know what vest I wear?
I'm gonna need the copy of the two permits, or the permits for those doubles down there. I need copies of them, or the permits themselves, to take to the assessor's office tomorrow.
Okay, I have seen that before. Yes. How much does that weigh?
Oh, no, it weighs pretty good here.
30 pounds?
Nah, maybe 25.
Oh, good Lord.
It's every bit of 25.
And this thing, I just carry all this stuff on my belt. So this
What's, oh, that's your taser.
taser, camera, cuffs, radio, extra mag. Yeah, this is a lot nicer than having everything on your.
What's the
waist.
bottom right over there by the taser? Over. Over. Yeah.
That's handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
Extra set of handcuffs.
You're welcome, Rick.
What? You didn't buy that.
No, but I convinced you to
You didn't convince me.
take all that stuff off your belt and put it in a vest.
Well, that's because you keep looking at my waist.
Yeah.
We're on TV here, bud. No.
Well, I just don't want you to be overweight. Because I care about you. Your health matters to me. I don't like Navy guys behind me.
I'll be used to it. Where's Janice at?
She said she might be here. She wasn't real sure. She was gonna work in her yard today. I don't know how she did yard work.
Oh, man, kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't have chose today to work out my yard.
I had neighbors working in her yard today, between showers.
We had a tornado over in Rush County there on Wednesday or Tuesday. My Glenwood.
What's that say, bud?
Heard it hit some power lines or something.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything to
Something
the houses or
else.
anything.
Worked on the boxes.
Thank God it wasn't like Winchester.
At the
Are you printing something?
boxes for the,
They
up
just
there
printed
at
something.
His resignation.
Greens.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Did you print it? Yes.
Who's gave us scratches?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Big deal, everybody hit you up for it unless I get next time.
Where you wanting, Ron?
I wasn't wanting nothing. She said, were you
You're
printing
right.
something?
Shouldn't that be 319
Well,
South Main?
What, 320?
what in the world did that print out for?
No, it's 320.
It's
Wait for
320?
me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird,
What
yeah.
is it?
320.
That's like the only even number on that side then.
Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
Picture of your house in the back, very back there.
Yes, I did, bud.
320.
You got any questions on it?
No, I do not.
Scott, you got any questions on the minutes from last month's meeting?
Must have just been in the server school on my laptop.
Oh, are we gonna discuss about the
Printing
ordinance?
more? I'm not printing nothing, dude.
Yeah, I just put, it
I
can't be
don't have my
enforced,
printer app open or nothing.
until the attorney.
And you'll get stuck.
Okay.
You've got to advertise
But yeah, that's, I mean,
We'll
we
take
just
care
need
of
to
that
make sure.
later.
Doug
It's not
knows
ready
about the
yet.
fire
And
chief.
everything looks good as far as the minutes.
And
as far
the
as-
only thing here I put down too is that Kathy had just asked about the boxes, where the street people
Yeah,
worked on boxes. That's the boxes they gotta set down in where they're doing the storm drains up on Maple Street, and they're out in the garage, they've got them pretty much built.
Okay.
And what do they do, Bud? What do these boxes do?
They'd use them to fill those cement,
Yeah,
They're forms.
the forms, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
That's what I was wondering, it said build boxes, I didn't know what they were talking about, so they're forms,
And
okay.
yeah.
putting cement down in these holes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to do, because they're all caved in up there. There's 3 of them now, right?
Well, they built 2, and the other 2 are the state's
Sneezes
gonna have to
and
do
coughs.
at the end of Maple Street, next to 38.
Okay. All right. Nobody has any questions about the minutes,
Nope.
other than what we just talked about? I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes from last
You
month's
printing this
meeting.
stuff again?
I'm not printing anything, dude.
Motion's been made and properly seconded.
You second it?
Scott,
Well, both of
minutes
us
from last month's meeting, all in favor?
Aye. Something,
did. Aye.
Aye. All
But-
right. Opposed, say the
From the-
same.
there's nothing there.
About stuttered that one.
Check.
Can I
Oh,
have the
mercy.
resolution back?
Nope.
And I'll stop you with this. The minutes.
Minutes from last month's meeting, correct?
Ones you just approved.
Who signed that?
Dr.
Oh, okay.
Dr.
I
Scott.
didn't recognize the name.
Maybe I better have Brenda type the name underneath them.
He's incognito.
Okay. Parents by citizens. When you're ready, Mr. Bush, we'll hear your police report, please.
It's probably telling me to put your cover down.
No, it keeps printing stuff out.
Oh, he's making us copies. probably.
No, it's
No.
just stuff that,
It's for reserves.
It must have still been in the queue.
that's what I'm thinking when my laptop
Is this a
connected
new
to it.
printer?
It's a new one that we got this, well, we got it,
It was here last time I had my laptop.
yeah, it's been here 3 or 4 months.
Oh, it's been, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it like I did the other ones, I'm getting used to it.
Are you ready for my report?
Yep.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, yeah, let's see what we got here. So the eclipse happened last month, and it was kind of uneventful as far as any extra activity. It was actually pretty dead. So,
Didn't we hear this?
huh?
I said, yeah, basically the same thing you talked about at last month's meeting, right? Because the eclipse was before
Right.
the meeting. Okay, I just
Yeah.
checking.
It's okay, it's okay. Where, you want your world's first
Just see if
food?
you double dip in there.
Still happened in April. So the check for the LPR did not arrive there after 3 weeks. We put a stop payment on it, and we're going to send out a new one tonight. It'll be overnighted with a receipt with a signature requirement. Be certified,
No idea what happened to it.
Lost in the mail, I guess.
and never materialized. So I don't know. I guess you figure millions of pieces of mail going every day. It makes you really wonder the thousands that never make it. So, yeah, they got a letter to the bank and done the stop payment on it, and if they were to get it, they would notify us. The county commissioners agreed to donate to GFPD a used all-wheel drive police vehicle, car radio, taser, AED, body cameras, about $15,000 worth of equipment that they're going to donate. Brad Dwinger said that he'll come to our next meeting, that they need to get a interlocal agreement. So how is this going to work? I have no idea. I mean, I know for us, you know, it would be easier for us if we ordered the items and then they just you know, paid the bill. I don't think we're gonna, so, but or they're gonna issue a check to us for X amount, I don't know.
So all of the commissioners have approved this?
Yeah.
The one you used Brad's name, I just want to make
But he's the
sure.
one that called me and said that they approved everything on my list except for the radar signs,
Cool.
so.
And that, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have the radar sign.
I know, so do I know, but he said that there's other funding for that, so he didn't, he said that
Tell
he,
you what that funding was, so that we could, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm liable to see him.
so, that's a good news, that's about another $30,000 worth of stuff that we're getting donated for this year, so that's just, that's doing a pretty good deal. Ben, who was a former reserve here, he reached out to me, stated he was interested in coming back to Greensfork. He left on good terms and he was already released when he left, so just kind of wanted to throw that out there and see what you guys think about that.
Is he still up to date on everything?
Yep.
No, it's not him. Oh,
So, I mean, I think he would be an asset coming back. He's already on his own. He'd be able to come out. Does he usually work night shifts? Is that when he comes out? Ron?
Tuesdays from 17:30 to whenever he gets done,
Now, is he still with Louisville?
until the next council meeting, when I guess they're gonna get rid of my 2 road deputies positions.
Why are they getting rid of it?
That's a good question, because, you know,
now are your road deputies reserve or they
Yeah.
paid?
they're reserves.
And they're gonna get rid of them?
Yeah,
And you'll have no reserves?
correct. Well, I still have my SRO position, but
Yeah, one reserve.
apparently, you know, people don't like police.
I don't blame him.
That's strange.
Ben's required to do 20 hours a month, and he's averaging 60 to 90.
I heard he's-
Ben lives in Carthage though, correct?
Yeah.
Shirley.
I heard his wife didn't want to do this.
That's a pretty good hunt from here.
Well, that's between him and his wife. I don't care what his wife wants. This is all about him. You know, it's what he's willing to do.
Yeah, I remember when we had him here, that was why he thought at that time it'd be best if he didn't do it because, you know.
They were
young
trying to have a
couples like
baby.
that,
and
exactly.
Did they have a child?
They did. They finally.
Ain't you always, you married? Ain't you always trying to have a baby?
Well. No,
But
not everybody.
anyways, I mean that's between him and his wife. I don't care about that one way or the other. I just care about that he comes out and puts his 20 hours in. If he does more, it's great. Other than that, though, didn't have any complaints on him.
Has he
So
kept up with his continuing ed hours and all
Oh
that?
yeah, he's good on all his mandates, everything.
So you basically asking the board how we feel about him coming back?
well, I just want to bring him back. I want to get him back in and
Okay.
turn him loose.
I mean, if you two recommend him, I don't have a
Oh,
problem with
yeah,
myself.
I'm writing him a meritorious service letter for
So,
Blah 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 blah.
recommendation, all that good stuff.
So that means we'll have 4.
As long as he's qualified, I'm good with
Hmm?
it. As long as he's qualified, I'm good with it.
we got 1, 2,
Ben will
3
be
right
4.
now.
Yeah, we got 3 now.
So 4. Do you think this needs to be under a motion? Because we can make a motion.
Yeah, I'd love to have it, and then I can get with you, buddy,
Well,
and
he has the power to do it, but I think it's best if we,
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't bring him. I would
Everybody
never.
else that is.
No,
But
He's
you
always
do.
brought everybody before us.
yeah, I would. I would never try to do that. You guys always get the final say on me bringing somebody on.
I was just asking Kathy because of her position. What
yeah,
do you think?
I don't mind.
Scott?
But like I said, as long as he's triple qualified, I'm good with it.
And to my defense on that is that I would have to assume he is qualified because he's worked under Ron and Rick both for over
Uh,
a
what-
year.
what I
He
mean
was
is
here
he's-
for about a year.
I know he's done it before, but he's got to, just like they were talking about, you've got to keep up with the.
All your training hours.
Continuing, yeah, that's why I asked.
And as long as he's got all that, yeah.
He absolutely does.
I'll make a motion, we bring him back.
I second it.
Motion's been made, properly seconded, allow Rick to ask him and bring him back. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. All opposed say the same.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And then spoke with several homeowners reference to parked vehicles. The only one that I did not make contact with was the RV, and it does run, but it does got a flat tire. And I left a note with the copy of the ordinance that talks about that. I mean, she's still not home now. I don't know what she worked afternoons or something. I don't know. Did anybody ever drive by and see the car there?
I never see a car there.
Yeah.
Where's this at?
The RV right there at Maple.
Where
and-
Lindsay used to live.
Up on 30. Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corner of Pearl and Maple.
But
Southeast corner.
Brian was the one that actually towed it, and he said yes, it did run, but they didn't have plates on it or something at the time, so they just wanted it towed.
What'd you find out about the blue car over the railroad tracks?
Nothing yet, but yeah, and
And the ones up on 38, you say they all run.
right, they, but it. And the one that was on Green Street, remember the one here on Green Street, right here by this cross alley right here? The fire department, you know, the people in the fire department, the man and the woman.
Okay,
Yeah, right there.
I know what you're talking about.
They had a vehicle on stilts and had car parts and everything else. They got rid of those.
Was that Reese?
Yeah. So
Do
that.
they have to have plates on them as far as the mobile home?
We don't have it. We don't have an ordinance like that.
well, my thing, if it's not on a public highway, I don't know that it has to be plated or even insured.
Well, you can have an ordinance that states that, but we don't. So
Something's on private property.
Just has to be drivable, right?
see, the ordinance written down it has to be operable, and to me that means that you should be able to get it and drive it down the road.
Well, you'd have to have plates to drive it.
Yeah, but that's not the word. That's not what operable means for the IC code. That its main thing is that no major engine components are missing out, no transmission, no rear end differential, things like that. But you know, it's people's property. You try to give them as much leadway as possible, but then you got people who take advantage of that.
Going back to Ben, let me know when you want me to add insurance.
Well, it'd be after he's swore in, and then he'll have to go through all the steps with IDAX, and we'll have to do all that kind of stuff
Let me
again.
know then.
All right, I'll let you know.
Before we lease in a vehicle or anything,
All right.
add the insurance to it.
And see, and then got the grass notice. So the second house on North Water Street. What's it? What
Does
is
somebody live down there? I
it?
thought there was only
Uncle
one.
Andrew.
I thought that was the first house.
No, that's the second house. Tim.
Oh, that's
Miller.
right.
First. Miller's the first house, and Andrew is the second house.
Is Andrew still alive?
He's in a nursing home. Has been for
Yeah, he's never coming back
2
there.
or 3 years. His daughter, I imagine, probably owns the house.
So
Yeah, the
so
bill-
we need to give her a notice that the grass is, and it's got 2 vehicles there that I don't know what they are.
They were his vehicles. They probably ran when he got put in the nursing home.
No, right. I would say so. I think the tires and stuff are up on them,
Excuse
but
me.
if they can get the grass cut, that would be that would be, you know, a step in the right direction. And then you got 113 and 114 North Green. I believe that the same owner owns those houses.
Fine.
113 and 114.
No, that's in the first block. Fine.
Oh, what's her name on it?
113, 114. What's her name?
You said 113.
Big RV out there with all the other stored equipment back here in the back behind the ball diamond.
Miss Jeffers?
Yep, I think she owns some
No,
properties.
she's Carriage Street.
Huh?
She's carried.
He's talking
Well,
about the
she's
yellow
carried, but
house.
the houses, the two houses, she owns them.
Well. they're
Oh,
about
you're
the yellow
talking
house,
directly across from Mom.
Yep.
The yellow house.
And then the one house that's empty. Remember, it was going to be rented out, and there was a big fracas about that. And then
The green one across the street next to Mr. Clark.
Yep.
Okay, the house that she says she's buying is still in Holman's name. But
Yeah.
she's buying it on contract, I guess, but it hadn't been registered at.
Well,
We
send
just
them those.
don't know.
Just send those to both of them.
113 North Green, and what was the other?
114, right across the street.
114 North Green.
And then,
I'd send it to the owner.
and,
I'd go off GIS.
yeah, and then 320 South Main, which is one right next to you, Kathy.
Josh Lehman.
Yeah.
In the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's over a foot tall.
And then 14 Washington Street, which is, it could be Buddy's property. I wasn't splitting hairs.
Oh, ties.
He's
There was a
already-
letter sent and
You're
received by
talking
the owners.
about
Yeah,
the one across the street and down from me on 320, right?
Yes.
Okay, what about 319 next to me?
Oh,
The
the
old
one where
sugar
what's his name lived? I didn't see that. The front's been cut.
Yeah, that's Derringer has been cutting that to cut down on the.
Varmints.
I think it's sold.
it's so.
It did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, can you send them a letter?
But
319 is also on there now as well. 319.
Well, 14's already got, Washington's already got a certified letter.
Is that what the address is? 314 next to you?
No, 14
19.
Washington, and he's already
Three.
got.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
Yours,
Your neighbor's
yeah.
14, this is
319, the back
319.
hasn't been touched in, what,
At
a
all,
year or two?
probably.
Yeah, so 319 needs to be added in to that list.
They're still trying to get the trash out of that place, I think.
Now, on the, down here, I noticed that someone has mowed around the apple tree in this back lot we're talking about at 320 South Main, so I don't know whether they're gonna try to go ahead and get it mowed or what.
Oh, yeah, or lawnmower quit or what, but it's.
Yeah, it's over a foot tall.
They used to be mowed all the time, didn't they?
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
yeah, I know. that-
Just take really good care of that, trim his bushes and.
Josh Lehman.
Oh, Josh Lee.
Does he still live there?
Yes.
320, that's 320 South Main.
And then also, I wanted to bring up the possibility that Ron was interested in going after the Cops More grant. And Ron, you can explain that to him, and then they can see what their thoughts.
So the COPS grant is the grant put out through DOJ, and what it does is and I'm still digging into the fine workings of it, but basically it covers 3 years of an officer's pay, and the requirement is that there's we're 75%, but it's a 4-year period, so it works out to 3 years, and then the town does 1 year. So whatever that pay would be.
You mean it would pay Rick's salary?
Well, it would pay for you to have a paid deputy.
We don't have a deputy.
I know.
We had a deputy one time.
Yeah, I was the deputy at one time.
Well, we had
And Ryan,
some
what?
budget cuts we had to
Oh yeah,
take care
Aaron.
of.
That'd be better for 3 years.
The direction that my town council in Louisville is going, I think their first step is getting rid of their reserve positions, and I think their next step is getting rid of their entire department.
Right.
Are they stupid?
Well, just
I have no comment.
Okay.
It's Strawn or Milton, what is it?
Louisville.
Louisville.
well, anyway, that's something that.
But if that should happen, I wouldn't mind being able to keep that.
Oh, be a deputy?
Yeah, because that keeps me from going overdue and having to go to the academy again later on if down the road somebody decided they wanted to pay me for something.
I guess my question on that would be, Rick had brought that up to me earlier. They'll cover 3 years in the officer's pay. I think Rick said something to the tune of $125,000. Was that for a 3-year period, Rick, or?
That's what the email that I got. I want to make sure, that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, it's not like there's not a, as far as I've read into it, there's not a required amount. It's just whatever you pay,
They'll reimburse.
they cover up to that amount.
I don't think they reimburse. I think that they distribute it beforehand.
And
What do you average out a year?
Oh, me? Yeah, I don't know.
12.
9, 11. But
What's that?
it wouldn't be, you'd have to figure at least minimum wage for 40 hours. That would be the absolute minimum that you could pay an officer.
And then,
If
if
you
you had
were
full-time, you would have to
full-time.
provide insurance.
You wouldn't be full-time,
Well, he don't need insurance because he's retired.
yeah.
You're not required to pay insurance.
What I'm getting at thinking here is,
I'm just saying is that,
how would we pay a deputy more than we're paying you?
because if you're getting paid through the federal
Yeah.
government, who cares?
Through a
Yeah, but what
grant.
happens after 3 years? We
Yeah.
can't afford that.
And then you get rid of them.
Well, I mean, like, if you're looking at 40 hours,
What?
Get rid of them.
you know, a week, yeah, that would be extreme. But if you're looking at 20 hours a week or 10 hours a week,
You'd have to look though. I'm pretty sure that cop's grants for full-time,
That's
40
what
hours.
yeah, I mean,
They're not, yeah,
something
they don't
we
do
would
part-time
take
on
on
that
that
stuff.
for you to look into. And
yeah, that's what I said. I'm still
Right.
kind of in the beginning stages of that particular grant because I'm working on your JAG grant right now. But just something to think about.
Sure.
Just putting it out
Are
there.
you saying COX, C-O-X grant? Is that what you said?
COPS.
COPS.
Community
Oh, okay,
oriented
that's what I was
policing.
saying. Somebody
Money,
else, COPS.
no.
Yeah.
COPS grant, COPS more grant,
Community oriented policing, COP. COPS grant.
C-O-P grant.
When is the deadline for it though?
Oh, for this year's one is
It's already passed?
June 26th.
Well, if you can come back with some more information for the
But it
board.
wouldn't be this, not like this year, but just,
If it's gonna be an ongoing grant, always something to look into.
It's always there,
Doesn't cost
yeah.
anything to look into
Right.
something.
yeah,
Are you G2?
yes,
Why do you only have 10 hours?
because I'm working on a grant for you.
I didn't count, I
He
didn't
didn't put
count.
my grant.
Normally I put his hours that he done with the grant, but I haven't done it. I didn't do it.
You've only got 34.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have more than
There's a reserve missing too, where they are.
Who?
He's only got, 1,
Is it
2,
Rick?
3, there should be 4, shouldn't there? Then we have Brian, and then we have, you is 2, and then
Glover.
Glover.
Jeff, is that Jeff?
I'm on station right now. I was, and then I went off duty.
Richmond
He
Police.
just forgot it.
So Brian is still an FTO, so he can't patrol on his own.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
He
I
has
mean,
to come out when,
doesn't it show
when
show
we're
me
out.
going
He has to-
going
I thought he
off
was
duty?
able to patrol on his own.
now he'll have to go through Rick's training too. I mean, that's
Isn't
part
that what
of
it does when you go
anytime you
Yeah.
bring an officer on, they go through whatever
Excuse
department.
me?
Doesn't matter if they've been to the academy, they're
Huh,
still gonna
'cause
go through.
I must have clicked the wrong button then.
Mandatory FTO training.
Right.
Does it show you? Hey, thank you. Hey, does it also show G1 and G4 on duty?
2.
Yeah. Can that be separated? I appreciate that. I must have done that when he came on last. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you, sir. Bye.
So G4 has been on duty?
He had before, but not today.
I mean,
It was still latched in for some reason. That's why.
I was just wondering because he
That's
wasn't
weird. We were
listed.
talking
as
about
any
hours on-
Oh,
Dispatch
I just didn't put him because I
Brian is G3.
4.
4.
4. Glover is G3.
Three,
And
correct.
again, why isn't he on here? Oh, he is on here. G3 is on here.
I just didn't put Brian on there because Brian's been coming out with me, so
Right.
I didn't.
And how long, Ron did bring up a good thing, and I know that's the way you operate, and that's fine, but how long do you, because you said he has had some experience anyway, Brian has, how long is it gonna be before he'll be able to be turned loose by himself?
Well, we got a lot of stuff to be signed off, so it's
I'm
gonna
sure.
be it's gonna be a while.
Are you gonna have time to do that, Rick?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I get rid of Ron over there in Louisville, Ron will be back here for 4 hours.
That's true.
No, I don't think there's like a set time on that usually.
No, I don't never have a
It
time
just
limit.
depends on when you
They've
get
been-
through all the.
No, I was just asking,
He's been-
a lot of times he'll tell us.
Yeah, but he's been asking, like, I never give because everyone's different.
Yeah.
And
We've
but
always kind of thought that it
yes.
should be a year.
I'd say so. And
And
then,
call volume too, because you can't teach a guy the
Yeah.
procedures for a dog on the loose.
if you don't have
I mean,
him-
you can tell them the procedures, but
It's not the same thing.
watching them execute that procedure with a real, call in progress that you can evaluate their, their performance on that's ideal. I mean, we don't get murders, we don't get, rapes and stuff like that. We train the officer for that, but
Okay,
You know.
Brian's last name,
Atkinson,
Ron, I forget your last name.
Walker.
Shrunk.
I did, I forgot it.
Just take a Walker, Texas Ranger.
And
Cowboy Bob.
Glover, first name.
Jeff.
Actually, Rick.
She's got a list.
I got a list in there.
I need Atkinson's telephone number and Glover's telephone.
She's got a copy of it. She made a copy of the roster. It'd be
Okay.
easier. And it's got the email on there.
Okay,
And it won't be on the news.
okay, anybody else got any more questions for Rick?
I don't think so.
Anita, you're satisfied with these grass notices?
Well, we got 113 North Green, 114 North Green, we got 320 South Main and 319 South Main. Was there any others?
Just the
14 Washington
which has already been taken care of.
Oh, we already done that
Yeah.
one.
That's the one that's
That's the only
next
one
to
I
you.
knew about
Yeah,
until
that's why
today.
it's taken
Second
care of.
house on water,
Last Thursday, I said,
Andrew.
"Get over there."
Okay.
I thought they were keeping it up at first.
Well, it was me mowing it until it got sold.
Oh, that's why.
I was mowing the front of it because I didn't want varmints in my yard. And I didn't want my yard feller to have to worry about them.
Well, I'm not brave enough to cut the yard next to me in the back because I don't know what else in that grass. And I'm not messing up my mower.
I said, you know who I was talking about, right? I said, my yard man, you know who I was talking about.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, your yard man. Did you see him out running that big rotor tiller?
No.
Good Lord.
Oh, Lane?
No,
No,
my
yeah.
grandson.
It's a- Papa got him working. All right.
He begs
We're
to
gonna do
work. No questions for Rick? I'll make a motion, we accept the police report.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and properly seconded to approve the police report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say the same. Motion carried, thank you. Carried. Okay, sewer plant operations. I've not seen cars over here late at night, so it must be running okay. Or they'd be out there working on it. And the wastewater treatment plant monthly report. That's not here either, but like I say, it must be flowing. Facilities coordinator report. This is kind of in, well, no. I do know, we don't have reports for these, bottom line, but I know they've been working on the boxes for the sewer mains. Plus, there was I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, the new places that are getting built on Carriage in North Main,
Mhm.
they had knocked down the stop sign.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know anything about it, and then I happened to go down there one day, and one of the residents said, "When are they going to fix that stop sign?" I said, "What do you mean fix the stop sign?" "Well, a truck or something that was loading something knocked it over," which made it a very dangerous intersection because now you don't have a stop sign going north to Mineral Springs Road, and you do at Carriage, so that could have been bad. But Doug and Wayne did go down there that very next morning and take care of that. And another thing that I had called Rick Shepherd last Sunday, about the potholes that we run over every morning going to work. And told him, I said, I'm off tomorrow. Let's get some. We'll go over and get a dump trailer full of that. Well, he went ahead and got the coal patch that we had in the garage, and he did pack those down. So there's been a couple of townspeople thank him and for that. So yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Because I felt that everywhere. There's no way to miss it.
Well, one time I found a way we could go right through here, but I never did it again.
I got my truck every day.
Yeah, enjoy it. So those were taken care of, which
Thank
is
you,
a
Brenda.
good thing.
Thank
Which is a good thing. So, Building Commissioner Bob Bullock, the assessor's office has asked me, because they know, they found out what I do part-time, I guess, here. They need permits, and the plans for those have never been turned into them.
Bob says he'll be here tomorrow.
Well, I think, aren't those supposed to be permits and plans supposed to be turned into the county when they start something? They've only got 2 of them rented. So that's gotta be taken care of.
Talk about the new houses.
Yeah.
Is people already living in the one? I see cars parked there.
They're looking nice up there too. I went by there the other day and
More room than we thought too, isn't
yeah,
there?
and the way they sit there and they added the asphalt there to give them parking, that was a good idea.
It's so funny, I've heard 1,100, 1,600, and 1,800 a month.
I've heard 11 for those, 15 for the one Mom lived in.
1,100 a month for each side.
Oh, yeah.
1,100 a month.
That's good. That's pretty good chunk of change.
That's quite a bit for the town of Greensfork.
Well, that's just for anywhere though. Heck,
No, it's,
Are they
rent has gone in Richmond.
doing that with the
places.
utilities included? Or?
I don't know, but
I'd say
been
probably
told.
with sewer, I just about bet. I would
Yeah.
think that way it's
Sewer and
gonna,
trash. I've been told who to bill for it.
to be a landlord, I think you're better off to go ahead and pay the sewer bill. That way you're not gonna be getting any letters or somebody's not gonna not pay it and then you end up getting a lien put on your property. So that's probably the
They're
best
nice
way to
looking
do
places
that.
though.
I haven't been
Yes, they are.
They really look
And they're
nice.
what,
And
2-bedroom?
I
I
don't
think they
know.
are.
Yes, that's what I've heard. They are
But
too
I
bad.
like how they did it with the asphalt around there because I was wondering what they were gonna do because I know we talked about parking before
Yeah,
and
they were here.
now they have adequate parking.
Yeah.
And if it does become a problem, like I say, the fix would be just to put no parking on the north side of Carriage, which is good with the people that own the north side of Carriage.
There was questions about the number and carriage, and Bob said he'd be here tomorrow. I said, I need to know for sure. The numbers he gave me once, he's giving me different numbers.
So we have copy of their permits here.
He has them. Bob has them.
We don't have anything here.
We need to call him tonight and tell him if we need those two.
Well, I spoke to Bob about 3 or 4 days ago, or if not 5 days ago, and told him that, and I still haven't. And I was approached again today because of it. We need it. I don't know that the county can't come in there and say, get out. These haven't been approved by the county. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works. But
I think Bob has to approve it. I'm thinking, not the county, in the city limits, but outside the city limits, the county does, I know for sure.
well, the assessor's office, they assess all of them, not just,
Okay,
we don't assess inside the city
No, we
limits,
don't.
do we?
no.
But they do. So they're the ones that need it, want it.
Okay, assessor's office needs them.
We'll call Bob.
Yeah, let's call him tonight.
I'll call him. Or should we call him Bob?
I
Mr.
called
Bullock?
him yesterday and he was at work at Walmart in Newcastle.
Really?
What?
Is he a greeter?
Uh-huh.
Well, good for him.
Hey, Rick.
Okay,
Lord
street,
have mercy.
sewer, Miss Nita, billing clerk. Sewer utility monthly income and disbursements, please.
Okay. Look at your report here. In April, we took in 14,573, and we distributed 19,954. Hope we don't have another month like that. it's running pretty close to what we're taking in and what's going out. We got overdue sewer, almost 7,000, overdue trash, almost 1,700. Well, on April the 1st, when we done utility billing, we had 9 accounts that was into 90-day delinquent. But 7 of those people got their money in here, and our clerk treasurer only had to do 2 new sewer liens in April. That makes a total of 33 outstanding sewer liens yet to be paid to the Wayne County's Treasurer's Department. Liens are a hassle, but they're sure worth it. You can see here how many dollars we have taken in the last 10 years on sewer lien collections. If it wasn't for that, we would be in a hole. So it's a job that's not pleasant, but it has to be done. The sewer liens, you have to stay on top of every month. We have sewer liens. And lots of times it's the same people, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what it is. We still have 33 out there. We receive sewer lien collections twice a year. And in December, we did receive almost $4,700 in sewer lien payments. So that sure helped. That's all I have.
Anybody got any questions of Nita? No, I'll make a motion we accept sewer income and disbursements report for last month.
Just like that.
Motion's been made and properly seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed say the same. And the street report, like I said, they were, Rick did patch a couple of those holes. They've been working on the storm drain boxes. I did pop down here just for a minute Monday. Seen them both. Wayne was back from vacation. He went on another vacation for a week. Lucky dog.
Yeah, it looks like they've been busy.
They have. There's a
So
lot
that-
more to do than there used to be at the street department, a lot more mowing to do and. a lot
So
more
I'm
stuff.
guessing it's gonna be a little bit for the speed bump, because I've had people ask about those.
You really-
No, I would think it shouldn't. 'Cause the way they were gonna do it, they was gonna go get a 3-ton dump trailer load of the hot patch and just basically lay it down. I don't know if they would check it before they laid it down, but lay it down and smooth it out. So that might be something you need to say something to them about.
Well,
Because I thought they were supposed to do it like weeks ago.
well, Doug asked for a priority list, remember? Look in
Yeah.
your, yeah, he wanted you guys to do a priority list. Look in your facility, the second page of your minutes. The facilities coordinated report. He needs plans for paving. So I guess he's waiting on you, Scott, to give him the list.
Okay.
Or council to give him the list.
Got it. Project priority list.
And he'll want warm, dry weather, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been raining like crazy.
Yeah.
You printing this stuff?
I am.
Oh, Brenda is.
What all
Thank God, 'cause I'm
projects
going,
does
this
he-
is crazy.
do we have that needs done?
Excuse me.
I know we needed to do the humps, but I mean, what else were we doing?
Let's see.
Because wasn't there like a,
There's more
another
coming
road
out.
that he was needing to
There's
do?
more.
Well, they want to tear up South Main from the tracks south.
Yeah,
They
but
gotta-
that was.
they gotta grind all that
I don't
off
think we got the
and then let it
budget
do.
for that though.
Well, we've never had the budget for any of the payment we've ever done. We've just somehow come up with it. But we've never had it in a budget, really,
If
have
we
we?
had to have it done outside, we couldn't afford it.
Oh, we know that, yeah.
But with the guys that we have and the equipment that we have,
See,
I think to answer your
So-
question, he was also talking about the alley by the cemetery and the
Yeah,
alley
that's what
that
it
goes
was.
from Plum to 38.
because those I think we were discussing is actually something that's feasible that we could actually do,
Well,
right?
that was something too, we had kind of bounced around the idea about gravel. Why do they need to be paid? I mean, it's an alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
mean, and if the one that comes out between the original white firehouse and the diner or the old bank
Oh, baby.
that comes out to 38, that's just and that's a pretty good hump from Plum down there all the way down there. I would say just to do that would cost you, even with us doing it, $40,000 or $50,000.
Cost a lot.
But I think we had asked him to check into the feasibility of having that ground up and grappled, or even put the chip stuff back down
Can we
and roll
use
it.
this old, stuff that the, state road,
Grindings.
yeah, can we use those?
That's what I just said, the
Yeah,
chip
the
stuff, I'm
chip
sorry.
stuff, yeah, we could use, what was back here, can we use that for ours?
Well, I don't know why you're cutting. I don't know if it'd have to be ground up more, or I don't know the
You'd have
texture
to
of
add
it.
something to it.
Yeah, he'd have to
Yeah,
look
but
at
he would
it.
know how to do it.
Cause there's some of that they've got over at the firehouse that they're selling and putting money into the fire fund or whatever. To people like to put around their driveways and around garages.
So what do you guys think would be the priority as far as the actual roads that we can actually get done
Well,
without breaking the bank?
We need to do Main Street, I think that needs to
South
be.
Main, I think we had decided was the #1 priority, but that's the one that's gotta be ground up first, and that's gonna, they had said something about renting attachment, and it seemed like, didn't Brian have an attachment for something like that also, Rick? To-
Yes, he said, talking about for the,
To grind up the pavement on South Main.
I don't know
I
if he
think
had,
him and Doug talked,
oh, did they talk?
I think so, I think he had called
I
him,
know that he talking about for his Bobcat.
yeah.
I don't know if he had one of them,
Well, I
grinders.
think what had come out of it was Doug had said something, maybe if we could rent his or borrow his backhoe and then get the attachment from from somewhere else to
Yeah,
put
usually
on
a couple
there
$100 to rent one of
to
those
dig that out.
attachments.
Is it
So,
something they could even do though? Like, that's a pretty good stretch of road.
oh yeah, I mean, it's nothing they're gonna do quickly.
It's gonna be an all day
They'll have to shut
event.
it, they'll have
Just
to shut it off and do one side at a time, because you can't,
You can't, yeah.
right. you
Something about
can't-
right here, like by the post office and stuff, going all the way down to the tracks.
No,
No, south
No,
side.
South side of the tracks, like in front of my house and stuff.
Oh, that's right. You're on the board now. That's right.
No, he said that's the road
Yeah.
that needs it the worst.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just
And I-
ignore
Because
him,
it's so-
Scott.
It's so
I
heavy,
don't-
it's so thick.
I don't know anything about the pavement, so I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking that pavement
He
is
said something about it
7 to 9
separated.
inches tall, and that's when it does start
Talking
shutting.
about where it's crowned in the middle.
Yeah, it would have to be.
So,
But I just wasn't aware if it was even possible to do it. As far as financially for the town. Can
Well,
we even manage it?
until we get some prices, and I think Doug was gonna try to look into that. If he was here, we'd probably be a whole lot more, we'd know a lot more about it, probably.
Cost is gonna be in the asphalt, not the taking up. Taking up is gonna be labor hours.
Labor.
We had an estimate once, but I don't recall what it was. I was thinking it was 20-some.
To dig it up?
Yeah, to scrape it, the whole thing.
And then probably another 20-something to put the asphalt down.
We're in the wrong business, but
But we don't even have that.
With our labor, if the guys can take it up, that would be great. And
tell you what, you talking about if you just scrape that whole road in front of your house, people will slow down.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe, I don't know.
For, at least until the road's back to normal.
You see them flying down by the post office.
Yeah.
When I stop at the post office, it's terrible.
They slow down long enough to get over the tracks, sometimes.
They start as soon as they turn off 38, zoom.
Nope.
Well, as soon as they stop at Mineral Springs and come around that curve,
Oh, it's racetrack.
Sometimes they don't slow down for that curve.
sometimes they don't, and most of the time they don't stop at Mineral Springs either.
That last time they did that chip seal, they weren't slowing down enough and they got a little thick down there and people just slipped right through the stop sign.
That chip seal will get you.
Yeah, because that had to be that thick, but I think they got a little carried away.
So we will, I'll try to at some point,
I just
next week.
assumed
I'll
they
try
were
to
too
catch
big.
it up with Doug maybe Monday or something when I'm off and
Because
find out if he
I
has
know
any.
you said it was only going to be like a few $100s to do the speed humps or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why put them down if you're gonna
But
just tear them
if we're
up?
going to be tearing it up, then it doesn't make any sense to do it.
That asphalt's give or take about $70 a ton. And so 3 ton of that'd be $210 and we have a 3-ton dump trailer that we could do it, and that might even do both of them, but
Because my understanding
Plus
was that
labor.
we just simply don't have the funds to actually redo the road, even though we need to.
well,
I mean,
like I say, sometimes we have to
Rob,
argue a little bit about stuff like that, but it seems like it gets done one way or another.
We're so thrifty on everything else.
I mean, if
Frugal.
we can get it done, obviously it needs done.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and that
We'll
would
just
be,
need estimates.
and the bottom line
But then
is,
We also need to be thinking about what other roads are getting close to that same.
well, they all are.
Yeah,
We've
we're-
been paving our own roads for what, 7, 8 years now, as we could, and that's why they're done in stages. That's why South Main was probably the first one that was done 7 or 8 years ago.
It was because it was third world country.
Yeah, third world country. There was people saying, living in
Oh.
Greensfork like living in a third
Yeah, it
world
was
country.
pretty rough there.
You pulled one of them, wasn't you? Was you one up that said that?
Yeah, well, it was pretty rough.
What?
No, but
And-
excuse me, our streets are
It was
better.
like 100 speed bumps through there.
And now we're on speed bumps.
Hey,
here.
Rob, put that
Go
again.
figure.
Yeah, but we want like just like 2, not like 100.
Our streets are better than some other towns.
I'll get with Doug and see if he's had any luck finding out any.
Because I don't want to go
prices
through
for
with the
getting the
speed
chip up.
humps if we're going to be tearing the road out.
Right.
Because that's
You won't
that's
need to if the road gets tore out. They
Yeah,
probably
because that'll slow them down for a
enough,
while
hopefully.
anyway.
And we have to pay the guy with the dump truck that brings it.
Yeah.
And what's that, $100 a?
That's probably higher than that now.
It's probably. I'm thinking Doug said something about 120 maybe.
And that's to bring in the.
That's they bring in asphalt and they dump it and we follow them with a. Or they dump it in a paver and then they shake it out. And
We can't get by a local dump truck to do that. Susie probably wouldn't do it, huh?
Well, it's kind of rough on the dump trucks.
Yeah.
But there is a guy from Connorsville that works out of the place in Milton that does the asphalt. Real nice guy. The last time we was here, he was all about helping Greensfork and cutting us the best deal he could. And they did us.
Oh, you're talking about Milton?
That's where they do the
That's where
asphalt plant
Powell's
is.
is at.
How?
Pals.
That's definitely the asphalt we want too, because it doesn't have all the fillers.
Yeah, they've always been
That's
good
where
to
my
us,
blacktop
so.
came from.
Yeah, he worked with Doug and on the equipment and stuff, and didn't he? He
Yep,
helped him.
very nice guy. I can't think of his name. Actually, he used to own and may still own the Chrome Grill in Connorsville.
Are you talking about Payne?
Well, it's
Wow.
no, it's not Payne.
Is it
The
Powell?
individual is just a guy that probably owns a truck or 2. And he also owned, like I said, the Chrome Grill out of Connorsville, that little restaurant. I don't know if you've ever been down there or not. On East
I
5th.
heard that somebody's buying it or gonna move in it. Maybe not buying it, but are gonna put a restaurant in it.
Well, he said the last time down there, he said, I'd like to have somebody rent that. I'd give them a good deal if they'd open it back up.
Well, I heard that it's gonna be some kind of breakfast Mexican restaurant.
Huh.
The people that own the Mexican restaurant, one of them, I think.
Probably they seem to be the ones good in the food business.
Yep.
Speaking of restaurants, do we know anything about your old place, buddy, Little Louie's in Greensfork?
No.
I think.
Nope.
He's paying us for it.
Don't get me started.
Well, it's going to pot, isn't it?
Well, I hate it. A nice building. It's got to be deteriorating somewhat, but I don't know. Not- Ain't nothing to me anymore. Tickled to be out of it, but was tickled to be in it too. So,
I
anyway,
kind of miss having it there.
yeah, and a lot of people say that, and
Mom sure enjoyed it.
and I kind of appreciate that, but
A lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work,
More than you ever know.
but that's okay. But all these people say, well, I wish that was open. Well, if they would have frequented a little bit more.
Give that.
What do you do? Okay,
Just email it to Greensfork.
unfinished, we talked about speed humps and paving, South Main. Internal controls, corrective action plan under review. Is that what we're doing now?
Well, I just wondered if any of you guys had any suggestions. We're doing what Bud has suggested. He's checking all of our deposits. He's taking our deposits to the bank. And he's the second set of eyes over that. Yeah, he checks the deposits and the receipts and any emails we get with our monthly payments on it or monthly income on it from the state or from the county. He checks that against our receipts.
But I'll have to wait 5 or 6 years before them to say if they like it or not. And if they don't like it, I'll not do it again.
Brent, look out the door and see who's over at Nathan's.
It was Nathan.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
maybe
he's
that's who it is.
Yeah, he's out.
He's home.
Okay.
Yeah, he got out early.
Yeah, you don't have to approve the street report or anything. They were in here, is that right?
Right.
Okay. So if you.
We could probably take this in internal control off the.
Okay,
a
but
roster
if
from
you
now.
guys have any suggestions or anything you wanna bring in and write up?
What?
Really nothing else we can do.
Yeah,
We've given
I
them
think
all
as
we
long as you got a second person,
Yeah.
that's, to me, that seems adequate to me. I just,
So we're gonna have to write it up, change, add to it.
yeah, you might have to
Our
write up like the
control
policy,
yeah.
policy and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
but,
We have an
We
ordinance.
need to give them some state speak to make them happy.
yeah, but to me, that's, I mean, it's all you, I mean, we're a small town
Nothing else we
anyways.
can do.
I mean, we can't have 6 people or something over.
Right, we cannot conduct business like a full-blown city or town that has full.
But I mean, to just have a second,
Time
that,
being.
that's good because then, maybe somebody catches something, it just, oh, we made a mistake here, we need to fix it or something like that. And
Good me.
And we have
They
a
just
sign up
protect
at the
themselves.
Dropbox, no cash, but if somebody drops cash in the Dropbox,
Yeah.
I don't open it up unless the second person is here.
Mm-hmm.
Some employee from the town or some council member.
Are we still getting cash?
Yeah,
That's
Always the same
surprising.
people?
pretty much, yeah, but you know what, that's better than not getting it at all.
Yeah.
And, if Bud's around, he opens it up. If one of the street guys is around, they open it up and count it, we do it together. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna open them up,
And that's good.
yeah, I refuse.
The way you
to
guys are
open them
doing, I
myself.
think is the right
So-
way to do it.
And when we come back from the bank with receipts, Brenda has us put our receipt number on the receipt that we get from the bank, and that's easy to track too, so. We're doing everything we know to do to satisfy.
We're trying to speed the audit up a little bit, so maybe it'll only be 9,000 instead of 10,000 next time.
9,500
Trying
maybe.
to do a little more work for them.
Have we had to start making the payments on that yet?
Second one is this month, yes.
What payments on
It'll
what?
be 36 payments roughly.
36 payments for State Board of Accounts? to pay
Yeah,
off that
it's
10?
almost
Yes.
97
$7,000
cents a month, I think.
Yeah,
Now, is that one for the
sewer.
sewer?
Sewer only. They're
Have
gonna
they-
take our money automatically from
He
our
throwing
property
stuff at me
taxes
now.
in town.
Together, it's almost $17,000.
Yeah.
I sound
Ridiculous.
Well, there's just no way for a small town especially to be able to budget for that if you don't know when they're coming and how much it's gonna be. How do you
Well,
can't
you
budget?
can't really budget because you have to use what you budget or it goes into the pot and you re-budget it. I mean, it's never an opportunity to
Yeah,
have it budgeted.
there is no
We don't have
category
that
for
much
that.
Budget.
Okay.
We'd broke the sewer account if we had to pay all of it at one time.
We got any warrants to look at?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time of the night.
Yeah. A drum roll.
Yes, please do. There's payroll. There's the warrants. be getting themselves up and running with their chemicals and their sludge removals.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of activity.
How much was the
April's
chemicals?
when they started
I
with the
forget.
E. coli.
Yeah, he said that was gonna be
It's under
happening.
3,000, well, they're on.
I think
it's under
chemicals
3.
was $3,000.
Well,
They'll
Well,
get
we're
it.
paying
He had
Duke
to-
Energy
Didn't he have to
$1,400
replace
a
the
month.
stuff that somebody ended up wasting or something?
I think they were able to use it. I don't,
Most,
if I understood correctly, they were able to use it, is that right?
most of it, I think, is
Yeah.
able to use with Doug's engineering.
He wasn't very happy about it. I
Oh,
know
no, he
that.
wasn't, yeah. But you know what it costs a year to have the solids hauled off? Anywhere from $7,000 to
Yeah, the
$10,000.
$2,800 is what we just paid for sludge dewatering.
Yeah.
Keeps
And
beeping.
then,
It's not mine.
I think it's that printer.
Yeah. Hey, are you printing something, Brenda?
no,
Okay.
No, new technology
$2,100
now,
for
Well, you
chemicals
can just burn that off.
this month,
I'm sorry,
$2,100 for
Artificial
chemicals.
intelligence.
chemicals this
And
month,
then
yeah.
we're back to testing, so we have a couple $100 a month in chemical season of testing.
Hmm.
Monthly.
Highway 38 dumpsters and restroom.
That's one they haul, that's the one that hauls the sludge off.
Just right away from the prison.
Dewatering.
Used to be a house. Yeah,
That's what House used to do for us.
and it runs between, I think, $7,000 and $10,000 a year to have
What's
that
that?
hauled off. To have the.
Oh, yeah, the sludge?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
people don't realize what it costs to get rid of their,
And I forget, Celex is what?
Say it again.
SELEX, that's the,
isn't that the,
That's the replacement check for
Okay, yeah.
the
So-
plate readers.
yeah.
I brought those extra copies, but I don't even know how we're supposed to handle that. I just know that they've got that petition going around.
I haven't seen it.
what's the petition for?
Chicken.
Chickens.
Chickens.
I've seen it at the post office. but
I
didn't
haven't
see-
seen it.
I
I
heard-
think they ought to put your address
We
on there,
just
and
sent an
your
email out.
signature, anybody could sign it,
Well,
outside the city limits.
I just wanted, I went ahead and like, went through our book or whatever and wrote something up quick so we could get ahead of it. So, like, if we were gonna do chickens, there would be certain restrictions.
Oh, yeah. And,
Because apparently, and I didn't know this, Indianapolis allows chickens.
oh, yeah,
I did not know that.
read this. I didn't know if it was already brought up tonight, or I'd put it in your packet.
They allow goats too.
Hmm?
They allow goats too.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that, but
had
I don't
my-
wanna
had a
allow-
pet fainting goat.
I don't wanna allow the number that they allow though, because I'm kinda basic, kinda on the size of properties here,
Gives them a-
the average size, and up there, they allow a lot.
I think we're
I
asking
got
for
that.
trouble with chickens.
I just-
Total trouble.
Kinda wrote that up, but that's just a rough draft, cause I just did it like real quick
Didn't I
based off
send
another
you,
town.
didn't I send you our
There's-
ordinance?
There's the,
I got
Wanna kinda
several,
work
I got
on it.
several ordinances over here from other towns, Scott, if you want to see them.
and those numbers I brought were out of our book,
Mm-hmm.
so I just kinda, but I wanted something simple, but something to start with. That way we get ahead of it.
Yeah,
So if they decide they want it, which I know several people do because they've asked me about it.
yeah.
So, and I'm good with it, but I want to limit it because I don't want chicken farms.
It's gonna be more expensive to have chickens than it is to go to the store and buy your eggs.
No way.
Oh, yes.
I don't think
Oh,
it's
by
all.
the time you put up the coop and feed
Your
them?
coop's gonna be almost $2,000.
And they require being taken to the vet if they need something. And they don't give you eggs year round.
You kill it and get you
Yes,
eat
they
that one
do.
and get
No, they
another one.
don't.
I raise them.
You have some that stop.
Well,
They
I
don't
do.
give you eggs 12 months a year.
when they no longer lay, they become food.
Yeah.
What's it?
You
You
rotate
name
them out every
Where's
year.
the other
You can
one?
name them Christmas or
Oh, here it is.
Thanksgiving or Easter.
That was the turkeys on that one survival show.
Hey, Scott, I want
got
you to read
ducks,
that
too.
that he just gave
This
me.
one?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just read that real quick. I got other copies of it. I didn't know this subject would come up. I would've gave it to you tonight.
So I take it you think that chickens are okay?
Yeah. But I
you do the
don't
march.
want chicken farms.
There's gonna be a
I
lot of
wanna
stipulations.
I
Make
wanna
sure
know
there's
what you're gonna do
limits.
with the chicken poop.
Well, that
That'd have to be in an ordinance, no matter what they have
That's
to
what I'm
do.
saying, that's a
That's
rough
why I'm
draft.
totally against
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Who's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
enforce it?
They've got it.
The marshal
Who's gonna go in
does.
their backyard and
Marshal.
enforce
If you get some kind of disease from chicken poop,
Oh, yeah.
Histoplasmosis, but there's 20-some diseases you can get from
I mean,
chickens.
it's no bigger than Greensfork is. If we've got a lot of chickens close together, that might be bad.
I don't think we're gonna have that many people get chickens though.
I'd be
Well,
surprised.
if people
But
get them
I
and
don't
then they'll
know,
just
though.
quit on them and they'll
Yeah.
be,
Well, then that's up to the
Isn't
marshal to
that-
keep an eye on it.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna love that.
Yeah,
Well,
putting in
he
chicken
handles
food.
every other ordinance that we have, but yeah, this one's gonna be a little more to it. Someone is gonna have to inspect the coop to make sure it's properly done, it's properly located.
It's
Scott
gotta
does
be-
have an idea of trying to get
It's
some
not that, I mean, it's not
start
difficult really
on it.
to do what he's wanting done.
What's he wanting done?
6 hens, that's,
Yeah,
Okay.
hands
That's-
only.
yeah, that's totally chill. They don't poop that much.
Yeah,
6?
Go to the site about chicken diseases and you will be shocked. Shocked.
that's usually in your big outfits and stuff, like lots of chickens.
Are you guys
That's why I
changing
don't
your ordinance
want
to allow hens? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
And the-
no, we're,
and then
we're
what-
entertaining the
entertaining it
idea.
because there's,
What do you get from spiders, ticks, fleas that the hens eat?
I don't.
They'll clean the bugs out of your
Well,
yard.
they're not gonna be running loose, so how can they be?
And Ron doesn't get to vote.
No, I'm just,
Neither do I,
just
so-
like an informed thing, cause I raise chickens.
I
Well,
grew
you
up
live
on
in
a
the
chicken
country.
farm.
Yeah.
I grew up on a chicken
Typically, don't
farm.
in this town.
Oh, it's not a chicken farm. I mean, that's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
My grandma's was.
if you had 6
You
or
can have that
10,
copy.
How
I
many
mean, 10 would
chickens?
be
I
a
wanna read
lot
that
in
again.
a little
I
yard.
wanna read
I-
it.
How many
Yeah.
chickens you have, Ron?
I don't think we
Before
should
the
allow
Did you
that
read
many
that?
Fox
chickens.
population wiped me out, I had 35.
And no airborne illnesses in your family that you know of?
Nope.
Yeah, but he lives down there. It's. There's not like
It's-
there's going to be a whole run of people going to
Six,
want to
you
get
know.
chickens all of a sudden.
Right.
6
Yeah,
hens is not bad. And normally what we do, when we clean our chicken coop out, those pine shavings and stuff that we have in there, we put them in our garden and rototill them in.
Yeah.
You rototilling chicken poop into your garden.
Oh, yeah.
Fertilizer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And goat poop and rabbit poop.
I'm telling you right
Yep.
now, rabbit poop, coccidiosis, histoplasmosis, chicken the same, but there's at least 18 other.
What about all
And
the
it stays in the
free
ground
geese that
for,
run around
it's
and-
unbelievable. I would not put that on my garden.
Oh, yeah. That's good eating.
Alrighty then.
That's why I don't get sick.
Okay, so, are we done talking chickens for the time being? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
this
something
is-
here's the thing, and that's why supposedly, there is a petition going around. When it was brought, we had a couple
We've
of
had
people
it
came
brought
to the
up
meeting.
3
I
or
don't know if you
people
were here or
brought it
not.
up in meetings.
No, I was
What,
not.
that they want
Nobody ever
chickens?
came back.
don't
Well,
want
nobody
chickens.
came back, and we told them then, they said, well, I told them,
The one
we
thing,
need to see a petition of people that are in favor of this. Pass a
Scott.
petition around, that's been, what, 6 months ago?
Under the penalties
So,
portion,
if they
you don't
can
have a fine amount.
work it out to where there's enough interested in it,
Do it.
we will look
There's
at it.
no
I mean,
fine
it's,
amount.
it's our job to look at it, whether
So
we
if you're gonna
go or
say
not,
there's
it'd be
subject to a
up us
fine?
three.
Yeah, this is just a rough draft, just something I threw together.
Okay.
Because I found out there was a petition going around, so I want to be ahead of it and everything. And
Yeah, but
You sure you?
when you say a petition for what?
To allow a
they're
couple of
wanting
hens.
chickens. There's been like probably 3 or 4 different people who've come to the meetings in the last several months that have wanted chickens, and some of them actually talked to me and everything. So I said, okay, well,
So-
I will.
So you got
Try to
six.
work
So
on
if you get 15 people that want a strip joint, is that going to pass? I mean, we. Can, I mean, I'm just
Depends on
saying.
if you're talking total.
No, partial.
Oh.
I'm just saying that you gotta put it in perspective when someone's talking about a petition.
My thing is, here's my interpretation of petition. That shows us as a board the type of interest in a town of 400 people. If you
But-
bring me a petition, let's say it's got 200 signatures on it, I've really got to pay it close
Oh, yeah,
attention.
yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
But if you
But
got
that
5
15
people,
people,
you got
yeah.
5 or 6 people,
You know,
How many were on that list when you saw it?
I haven't seen the list. I've
I
just
seen
been
one
told
at the
about
post
it.
office, but I didn't have time to look at it, but I think they should put their
Well-
address on it. Anybody outside the city limits could sign it. That's
True.
up there. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there ain't
it's
much
gotta be-
harm in
Yeah.
allowing people to have
We
6
only
chickens.
have jurisdiction over the town anyway, so
Yeah, it's true.
if they're outside town, their vote don't count.
well, we
So
probably
I
don't
don't-
need to get into a pissing contest at this stage of it. yet.
No, no.
Yeah. See what it says.
Okay. Alrighty, anybody
I mean,
have
that's pretty good though.
anything? We did approve the warrant.
No, we did not.
No.
I make a motion, we approve the
pretty
warrants.
good.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and properly
Six.
seconded to approve the warrant.
Any-
All in
any
favor,
vote in
say
there?
aye.
That he
Aye.
allows for a
All
swap
opposed,
out
say the
period,
same.
which,
That's carried, thank you. Anybody got anything? Anything about anything? Going once? I'll make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
Motion's been made and properly seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say the same. Thank you, thank everybody for coming.